and welcome to the Granstrom Podcast, Super Soul Model Series, where I help you tune and tap into your natural state of well-being. In this episode, I'm going to give you a model's insight into real beauty. This episode is pretty close to home because it's part of my own story, and I'm hoping that it empowers and that it's explained to you from another perspective, from an insider's perspective into the beauty industry. So I started modeling 23 years ago in the year 2000, and at the same time as I started modeling, I was experiencing a spiritual awakening. And it all started with me learning to take care of my body, then take care of my mind, and then all the seminars and books and information that I began to gather as I asked some bigger questions like, who am I? Why am I here? What's this all about? What's the real truth of life? And I just want to know what truth is. And with the career in modeling spanning 23 years so far, I've experienced a lot of successes. I've met a lot of incredible people, a lot of famous people. I've got to work with some of them, and I've experienced some incredible learning curves along the way, some difficult moments. But that is what life's all about. It's all about that yin and yang. But what I know for sure is that having modelled for such a long time, and as I started to meditate daily, as I was having the spiritual awakening, as I was studying human behaviour, and what I know for sure that we as humans all crave certain things. We all have human needs, and one of them is to feel acknowledged, to feel accepted, to hopefully feel beautiful, to feel appreciated at our deepest level. As a male model or a female model, our job is to help sell an idea, help to sell a product, help to sell a lifestyle, a possibility, a way of living, a look. All of these things are laced with emotions and feelings. So you look at a beautiful picture or you look at an amazing advert and you think, oh golly, I'd like that. Some people have gone to great lengths to try and make themselves look better beauty-wise, but don't change the inside. And cosmetic surgery and spending a lot of money on that can be helpful. But if you don't change the inside, all you're ever doing is not addressing the way that you feel. And when you don't change the way you feel, your circumstances just remain the same. You feel an absence, so it means that you become addicted to trying doing more and more, but you're never really addressing the pain that you're feeling inside or the void you're feeling inside. Now, I've seen this firsthand in the beauty industry, but what I've noticed is that there is a different way that you can play this game of life. It's very different. And the universe will give you what you feel. It will give you events matched on the way you feel about you and the way you feel about certain things. And when you feel good, that sort of shines from within. But when you don't feel good, it's like you are in the rat race. You're in the rat race trying to scurry along, trying to do the external things, but without addressing the emotions that need healing on the inside. And that is what this episode's all about. How you can transform those feelings of perhaps feeling a little inadequate so that you fill yourself up with more good feelings, more happiness, so that you radiate an inner glow and an inner beauty. So before we start to really understand what real beauty is, what I wanted to share with you is how marketing works. The concept of marketing products is, in the beauty industry in particular, is to offer a product or service and provide a need. And you provide that need and you pay for it, and you will get this product or service. And in that product or service, the reason why you buy it is because it will make you feel better. Now, this word feeling is really important because feeling is a frequency, and a good feeling is a frequency, and a bad feeling is a low frequency. And so when you offer a product or service that makes you feel a certain way, such as if you buy this, you're worth it, then this is how the marketing begins to start to slip inside of your mind. And your mind is a very powerful ally, or it could be your worst enemy. But what I want to share with you is how you can be awakened to what's in front of you, the information that comes to you, because there's so much information coming at you at all times. Adverts, billboards, magazines, TV, everything is all coming at you. But you've got to be aware of what you're allowing into your consciousness. So we humans are emotional, which means that we are energy in motion, and companies know that and spend millions on that just to be able to understand our emotional needs so that they can sell to those. And when you become awake to energy, you understand that certain things are just a game and you don't judge it, you just see it for the way it is. But the concept of marketing products is based particularly on you offer a product or service and it hopefully fulfills an emotional need or a human need. And sometimes they put some slogans on there which are quite amusing, but they are tapping into the emotional needs of a potential consumer. Now, this is no judgment, but this is just the way the game is played in the marketing industry. And sometimes, often with the beauty industry, but with literally every industry, this is how adverts work. Now, I don't condone any adverts. All I'm saying is that once you see them for what they are, you can give them your attention or you don't give them your attention. And whatever you give your attention to will get more of. And if you've got a trigger response to it, then that emotion gets bigger. But part of being awake as a human being is to recognize your own power, to realize something for just what it is. And this is just how business works. Business works with, I will give you a product or service which you can exchange for money, and you will fulfill a certain need that you have. And models in particular, things that I've been part of is being part of a lifestyle, being part of jewelry, suits, magazines, adverts, literally every holidays, everything you can think of. All of these things are empowering to people and viewers if they are enjoying what they're seeing in the advert. Meaning that if they drink that beverage, if they wear that certain dress or wear that certain suit or they wear that certain jewelry, they will feel a certain emotion. Maybe they'll feel a greater status. Maybe they'll feel happier. Maybe they will feel wealthier. Maybe they'll feel more beautiful. So when we see adverts that conjure up a lifestyle or a scene that matches a feeling that you want more of, such as happiness, worthiness, success, power, status, beauty, whatever, then what's actually happening is that advert is talking to you. And the mind always looks in association. So the mind's looking for associations with a product or service and what it will offer. So have you ever seen an advert that says drink happiness? So if you buy that product, it will give you the happy feeling. So if you don't feel happy and you want to feel happy, you drink happiness. And if you buy this particular makeup, then you are worth it. You see yourself as one of the elite because you don't feel good enough. But if you buy this product, essentially what it's saying is you're worth this product because you're worth the best. And so if you feel less than, this is talking to that emotional part of you that feels just a little less than. Now, the products might be amazing, but the way that they are actually associating it with an emotion is very clever. Advertising really started pretty much at the beginning of time, but more certainly in this particular way, perhaps at the beginning of the 20th century. But more often, it's seen that perhaps like our post-World War, with TV shows like Mad Men, if you've ever seen it, which is an amazing show, you become aware of how the tactics of advertising is sort of laced within society, laced within cultural paradigms. And as soon as you become aware of your power, become aware of what's being shown to you, then you get the choice whether you choose to absorb it or let it go. And you have the understanding to go, I'm not letting that condition my mind. I'm not allowing this to condition me to feel less than. I'm going to keep conditioning myself to feel more than. Because most of society have this little paradigm or cultural and social hypnosis that says most people are less than or not good enough. And that is what I want to clear up in this episode. I want to say that you are always more than good enough, but you might have, unbeknownst to you, picked up some programs from society, from culture, that have been just popped in there that at one point in time you weren't good enough. And if you weren't good enough, you try extra hard to reveal that you are good enough. And if you buy this product or you look like that person, then you will be good enough. But unless you address the human need inside, where you realize that you are whole, that you are beautiful, that you are healed, that you are strong, that you are worthy, that you are the deserving, then all these products won't do anything. And so thoughts and feelings are extremely creative. And once you understand that, then you can see certain adverts and things in magazines which are modeled without any judgment. You can just see them as a beautiful picture. You can see them as something that might inspire you. And being a model has been such a richly rewarding career for me and has given me so many eye-opening insights into human behavior. But coupling that with being able to travel and see the world and work with amazing people and beautiful people and fun people has also given me the experience to become healthier, to understand how the mind works. And through daily meditation, it's given me like the understanding of association, of how it all works and how this pattern works. And once you can see it for how it is, you can just give your attention to what lights you up and divert your attention to what doesn't. There is something for everybody here and there is no judgment. The only important thing is that you be aware and are awakened to your own power of whatever you give your attention to grows. So how is real beauty defined? To me, real beauty is defined in not only looking physically good or doing the best you can to take care of your physical well-being, but to also develop the characteristics of what real beauty is. This was a bit of a wake-up call to me a few years ago because I came into contact and did a job with a very famous female model at the time. And she might have most certainly been having an off day or a really hectic schedule. But what I noticed was that when we were getting our makeup done and I just walk in the room, it was just herself and myself and the makeup artist. I was just saying hello, giving some natural attention and warmth and introducing myself, only to find that she was very cold. She didn't want to have a conversation. She wasn't interested in getting to know me, even though I was going to be her partner for the day on this shoot. And it just made it very clear to me that this person may have been considered and to be a really beautiful person physically, but she lacked that inner beauty. Now, I believe everybody has an inner beauty, and I believe that some days we're on form and some days we're off form, and maybe I caught her on a really off day. But the way you behave and the way you show up in the world is everything. And when you're in the public eye, it seems as though that people want more of you. They sort of possess you or they own you in some kind of way. But actually what I found is that the more you develop the characteristics that reveal this inner beauty within, it means that your heart begins to open and you've got nothing to be afraid of. You've got nothing to hide. And I felt that this particular person at that time was very closed and didn't want to open themselves up to reveal who they were. They were just still in this is my shell, this is the way I look. And this is often what society looks like when they look into the beauty industry, or particularly models. And what I've come to know is that there is something so different that will reveal an inner beauty. A smile lights up a room. What you say and how you say it, how you carry yourself, how you interact with people, how you dress, obviously the way that you present yourself with makeup and your hair, but also it's the wisdom that you have and it's the ability to listen to someone heart to heart, or being human, or just having a great sense of humor in the moment and a warmth and a genuineness. This is what reveals like the real beauty inside. And often you can find incredibly beautiful, physically beautiful people, but they lack that on the inside. And what I'm trying to say to you here today is that you can't tell how beautiful somebody is just by looking at them physically. That in real truth, you've also got to feel what they're effervescing from the inside out. That's what real beauty is. And you may not be gifted with a genetic gene pool of incredible good looks, but there is something you can do to take care of your body. There is something you can do to learn stillness and take care of your mental well-being. There is something you can do about the nutrition that you ingest and how you take care of your body. Your body's like a temple, and the more you take care of it, the more you'll effervesce this light and these higher good feelings. And happiness will begin to radiate from you when you start taking self-care. And a lot of people that are in the beauty industry may be beautiful, but are they really taking care of themselves? And I can tell by that interaction that I had with that one female model was that she wasn't taking good care of herself. She was overdoing it, and she was not paying attention to her heart. She wasn't paying attention to her well-being. And that's easy for me to say, but I wasn't in her shoes of what she was experiencing. But it made me realize that beauty has to reveal itself from the inside out by the way you conduct yourself on a day-to-day basis. Now, you're not always going to be flash, you're not always going to be feeling amazing, but there is something you can do, and that's developing the attitude and developing the character. That's what makes great people great. That's what makes people far more approachable. Like Mother Teresa or Gandhi, perhaps even Nelson Mandela, they weren't like models that you would look at today in a fashion magazine or an advert on a fragrance ad. But you'd think, my golly, weren't they beautiful human beings? That's because what they were being was revealing that inner glow. What they were revealing was an open heart. What they were revealing was inspiration and empowerment and enlightenment. People that I've been inspired by was one of the first James Bonds, which was Roger Moore. Roger Moore was considered really fun on set and did a really great job if you've ever read his autobiography. He was the Bond that I grew up with, but he was also a massive humanitarian. He did a lot of work for humanitarian needs around the world. Another guy, another actor I really loved was Paul Newman. He lived quite a long life and was considered a really good looking guy, but his heart was open, and he did a lot of healing work and a lot of humanitarian work as well. A female actress that has done a lot of wonderful work that died quite a while ago was Audrey Hepburn, who was renowned for being beautiful, and she's had so much pop art done about her. But again, she was a UN ambassador and peacekeeper. And one of the guys I like right now who's alive, who's holding an energy that I find quite interesting, is Ryan Reynolds. And Ryan is a renowned comedian, has done a lot of fun work, but he does a lot of good work and brings a lot of joy through his sense of humour. So he's revealing his external physical prowess, but also the good work that he's doing, looking after his 4 girls, his wife, maintaining a career, as well as trying to run a football club at some level as well. So these are people that are trying to make an impact by revealing an inner beauty and an inner sense of humour and an inner warmth. You do have the power within you to develop the characteristics of the warmth, the happiness, to know that you're good enough, to know that you are more than enough, to know that you can be kind, that you can extend warmth to people, that you can see the humour, and making someone laugh can change everything. Everybody's beautiful. But sometimes it means you might need to do a little extra work on taking care of your nutrition, getting fit, getting some good exercise, taking care of your skin, and stop poisoning yourself with certain things that aren't good for your body. Your body will thrive if you give it the right stuff. The body just loves things that are natural. And if you can be as natural as you possibly can, develop the characteristics, and do your best to get in the best shape you can, and then do your best to show up every day and develop characteristics of real beauty, then you're going to realize that a light from within will show through your eyes, which are the windows of your soul. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope you found it enlightening, a little educational, but most of all uplifting, and realizing that everything is within your hands and within your capability. And the more you realize is that you have a powerful mind and a beautiful heart, then the world will be a richer, happier, more beautiful place. I wish you a wonderful week ahead, and green lights all the way.